Scorpio, happy birthday season. I was inspired to do a specific reading for your birthday, and I had these thoughts of, the scorpion and its exoskeleton. And then it brought me to the seahorse, who also has an exoskeleton. And I went digging in my decks of cards and everything, and I pulled out a scorpion and a seahorse, of course. And what I was mesmerized by was the sort of mirror image that appeared in front of my eyes in terms of having the Scorpio's tail here turn around the pincers, and then placing the seahorse so that the tail comes back around and the pincers would be like the beak here, or like its nozzle. So for me, it was really important, it really inspired me, because what I want to tell you is that you obviously have a harsher side, or at least what appears to be a protective suit of armor that maybe people perceive when they first meet you, versus a very, very soft and beautiful, tender, loving side that you don't share necessarily readily, or not with everyone, or that people don't necessarily suspect that you have. So that was the start. At least that's what inspired me to do a specific reading for your birthday. I am leaving the cards on the table. They probably will influence the reading or not, we'll see. But that was the prologue. I'm using the Creativity Oracle. I'm going to pull ideally one card. I will see by shuffling if what pop-outs come out. If there's like 2 or 3, I will honor the cards. If it's a big pile, I will put it back. One card came out. Okay. If habits. So it reads, examine habits that may impede the pathways to your goals and encourage beneficial ones, right? So I'm deciding to pull maybe another one. I want to see what that ties in with. We do have both the scorpion and the seahorse energy, so I think it'd be fitting to draw another card. Let's see. Please show our beautiful Scorpios what they need to know about the seahorse energy or not. Okay, so we have worry. It reads, worry is attachment to a particular outcome and the fear that it will not come to pass. So I was hoping for something a bit more positive, but we're gonna leave these cards there for now. I'm going to start drawing tarot. We'll see how they tie in. Sometimes I have a comment that comes up right away. In this case, I'm going to reserve my thoughts. I'm going to start drawing out of the Scorpio Sea Tarot. Obviously, the name made me choose it for this reading. On the habits card here that came out, what I think is really positive, one card turned. Ten of Swords in reverse for starters. On the habits cards, it's funny, it's going to tie in. You're being encouraged to basically aim yourself towards, direct yourself towards beneficial habits, right? The ones that would actually serve you. And now the Ten of Swords in reverse comes out, and for me it's cutting that maybe your own toxicity in terms of indulging in habits that are not serving you, right? maybe one of those habits is worrying, because we have the worry card right there for you. So let's see what else comes up. Okay, a few cards turned. I'm gonna take them all, just 3. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. And the King of Coins, so the King of Pentacles. So for me, there's 2 people here. Whether you're male or female, the cards are not gender specific, but definitely the Queen of Cups or the King of Pentacles or King of Coins here is one of you. One of these cards is you. So pick whichever one speaks more to you. Typically, the Queen of Cups would be a water sign, so that might point to you, versus an earth sign, right? So what's in between is the 4 of Cups in reverse. So I'm liking the energy that you're cutting toxic habits, and they don't have to be extra toxic. They could just be like not the best ones for you, right? Not the ones that are even required anymore. They might have been helpful to you in the past, and it doesn't mean that they're bad habits. It's just that you need to maybe rethink your habits and create something new for yourself. I think that's what the Ten of Swords in reverse is showing you, right? Giving you an opportunity to cut ties with those habits for yourself. And one of them is the worry card, but the other is that 4 of Cups energy, where you might have been aloof in the past. You might have been almost like in your exoskeleton Scorpion side of not giving a F, not giving any attention to either people, circumstances, things, or even for yourself, right? Just thinking that, oh, it's fine, you know, a little bit on the neglecting side, but not super duper, just enough so that you wouldn't be totally in tune, right, with those aspects of yourself that you might have chosen to ignore. So because the 4 of Cups is in reverse here, I'm thinking that you're totally conscious now of what's going on. I think you've identified the patterns, or you've identified things that are from your past and that don't belong necessarily for what you wish to create next. So I'm going to draw out of a different deck. We're going to see what kind of energies come up. Maybe more on the Seahorse side of the spectrum. Let's see. So wow, King of Cups is you. So we have both the King and the Queen here, and then this is the 9 of Wands, I believe. So let me I love the imagery, so give me a second. I'm so glad you came out in your reading. It's like you're coming out twice, in the sense that, let's say you identified yourself with the Queen of Cups prior, and the King of Pentacles was someone else that you're thinking about. Or reversed. You could be both kings in different circumstances. You could be the King of Cups here and not even either the Queen of Cups or the King of Pentacles. It's really up to you, right? So before I move on to the cards that fell, I just had another thought, sorry. So by being aloof in the past and coming out of an energy of ignoring yourself, basically, maybe ignoring some of your emotions, some of your softer sides, so the Seahorse aspect of your personality, I think it takes you to a different level here with the King of Coins. You're sort of moving towards like grounding yourself, maybe even I'm hearing you want to invest in yourself. So, and I know this reading is turned really towards, you know, basically what's going on inside of you, right? Less than external factors. So we'll see if that shows up eventually. But right now I'm reading it, I guess you could say, more on the psychological level. But there is impact. There are impacts in your outward life, right? So we'll see what those are eventually. But you're definitely putting in the time. You're investing in yourself. It's the best way to put it. So now you came up as the King of Cups. That's what's actually showing outward now. If you are actually have invested yourself in catering more to your emotions, it's really interesting because you have a porcupine on this card for the Queen of Cups, and she's usually not guarded. She's very open and sharing, caring, loving, and not afraid to actually appear in this light and actually exude that and actually manifest that. Not just manifest that, but really show it, right, to others and in general in her life and in what she chooses to do. But it's a porcupine, so you think, you know, she's like spiky and like touchy, prickly, you know, that she'd like, again, like the parallel with the exoskeleton, that she'd be guarded or somewhat guarded. But it is the Queen of Cups. So overall, you know, this could be, I think it's a porcupine. Maybe you think it would be a possum, but I think it's a porcupine. Anyways, just to clarify that for people who might have thought it was a different animal. All that to say, because you've invested in your emotions, because you're like much more willing to not necessarily drop your suit of armor, your exoskeleton, your shell, right, or however you want to put it. I think you're investing in maybe showing the whole entire you, right? So here you are in your splendor, literally. I mean, look, he's even like absolutely, I don't know, the imagery, just the fact that he's arms wide, you know, like heart, chest all open, gaze to the almost to the sky, you know, like it's beautiful. It's like, look at me, you know, like look, almost like I'm not worried anymore, I'm not afraid anymore, I'm willing, whatever it is, right, that you are sensing is being okay to show, and almost like an energy of you're so confident and you're so balanced and you're so emotionally comfortable that you don't need to erect all these protection, all these fences, walls, all these whatever mechanisms you had in place to either protect yourself or, you know, defend yourself, however you want to put it. You know, Nine of Wands is right beside the King of Cups. So it's like, it's showing that you're okay if some of your wounds are showing or some of your scars are showing, but they're healed. This King is healed here. So the battle scars are okay. They show your experience. They show your, you're healed. So let's draw some more. These cards. Okay, two arcanas, major arcanas in reverse. We have, wow, the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune, but they came out in reverse, right? So huge release with the Devil in reverse. All the toxicity I was mentioning about those bad habits that you had, those chains that you had, whatever they were, right? They'll be different for everyone. Yet the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. That could be the worry piece. A little bit of also a little bit of the I sit and wait from the Four of Cups energy. Not really being in a place where it's time to just, I need a card. What is it time? What is it not time for yet? Please show us for Scorpio in November for their birthday. I just said that about your birthday, and I'm thinking, because your birthday maybe hasn't passed for you, for some of you, right? Some of you had your birthday. What is it not time for just yet for Scorpio? I love it. Oh my God. Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands together upright. I'm not kidding. This is incredible. Wow, I'm getting chills because this is like, okay, do you realize just how important this is? It's like there's a huge guidance here about taking more time to keep investing in yourself. Really go and the investment is about not trying to become more emotional or whatever. You already are. You're like this King of Cups. You're all of it already. It's just like how much you're letting it shine, how much you're letting through to others, how able you are of being in that energy without having to like put up those walls of the Nine of Wands and making those wounds like basically an asset and not something like that you're shy about or ashamed of or that basically holds you back. On the contrary. And you know, the Devil in reverse here is really showing the work that you've done. It's showing like the freedom that you've gained. There's something here about I don't know what it is really. It's sort of tied into sorry, that's outside. I don't know, it's funny. The dogs are barking. Maybe it's about that. It's about arguing. It's about somewhat like being I don't know, like maybe verbally like, how do you say, when you answer back or you lash out kind of thing, like that kind of energy. It's funny. Thank you, dear dogs. Anyways, it's not just yet time for this incredible miracle. This is nothing short of a miracle, these two cards. I hope you can see that. This is like 1111. This is like being totally aligned in more than one sphere. It's about huge success, in an incredible like magnetism in terms of being someone super attractive, but not for your physical, like the Devil is here, not like that, not necessarily just sexually attractive to the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you're attracted in, right? But something about all of these energies becoming like really, really healthy in terms of what you put out and what you're actually attracting back, right? It's a beautiful promise here of a bright, 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 bright future. There's a lot of initiative. Like there's a lot of I'm sensing there's a lot of innovation on these cards. They're both aces, so they're like the starting point of, it's something very new, and I think you're a pioneer in maybe more than one sphere. It could be, you know, it could be so many things. I'm not going to try and guess, because you're all working in different areas. You're all having creative endeavors that are, you know, absolutely, you know, multiple and like so varied. I could never list them all. But know that it has to do with creativity, definitely. It has to do with earning money through that particular endeavor, project, job, whatever it is. You could even see it as a relationship if you wish to, because we do have the King and the Queen of Cups here. It's possible that there's someone that you have your eye on, but it's not necessarily like on the forefront of this reading particularly. But when it does start, it basically draws all the right components to you. The right people, the right opportunities, even in terms of the things like intuitively knowing where to sort of move next. I'm sensing that a lot. Getting the downloads of what's really like in alignment with you. And what I really love as well is, you know, this, because it's such a parallel here, like it's another mirror image. It's two aces. So I want to go back to this mirror image of the beginning, right? I think that when you align these two particular aspects of your personality and you really show them off, like you're showing off here, but in a very healthy way, don't get me wrong. It really creates opportunities for you. And you know, I do want to tie in the King of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, because by investing in yourself, basically it pays off, quite literally, in terms of coins, ding ding ding, or cha-ching I should say. This is a side note, okay? I don't always do that, but I'm looking at the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Cups, and I'm adding 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 for me is a Temperance card. There's something about, it's not time just yet with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, about maybe a little bit more time needed to lick your wounds, so to speak, or at least a little bit more time. There might be a little bit more healing to do, or like some residual stuff that you want to balance out, that you are patiently, with the Wheel in reverse, you're patiently, you're abiding your time basically. And to be really fully honest here, I think it has to do with the worry piece that we were on the first card, you know. So worry is attachment to a particular outcome, and we do have the Devil, even if it's in reverse. So there's a piece there for you in terms of maybe one last thing you need to drop with the 10 of Swords in reverse, one last sword you need to pull out of your back, one last scar that you need to completely close, I should say wound to completely close and scar. Something of the sort, right? It'll be like, it doesn't have to be a big gushing wound, something that you're like, you know, totally being sort of almost like all your energy going there. I don't sense that. It feels more like the final bruises and cuts that you just want to like put some balm on. But I have to show you again, you have to be absolutely clear on knowing that a miracle is coming for you. And I'm not mincing my words here, because why would I? This is showing you clearly. There's a there's something for you on the horizon that is unprecedented in your life. And I'm asking you to believe that. I'm asking you to celebrate that, welcome it, push for it, invest in it. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So I'm gonna leave the reading there because it couldn't end on a better note, right? On better cards. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope something resonated for you. Thank you for being here, watching the video in its entirety. I appreciate that greatly. Please like, share, and subscribe. That would help, of course, but it's not about helping me. It's about showing me your appreciation. I'll see you soon. Thank you.